Hello, my name is Kyle. I'm a drug addict. Have been for a while. When I was about 13, 14 years old, started smoking marijuana. It was the thing to do. Before I knew it, I was selling marijuana to keep up with my smoking habit. It progressed to drinking all the time, leaving high school to drink and smoke during class. Just completely not focused, on what I had to do. Before I knew it, I'm in high school. I'm still selling drugs, trying a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Shrooms, ecstasy, acid. Having what I thought was a good time with drugs, experimentation, and always joked around with some buddies, saying like, "Oh, we're drug addicts, joking around, but at the same time kind of knowing in the back of my head like the stuff that I'm doing is crazy and I'm doing it a little too much. The first time I got high, I absolutely loved it. It was like, that's what I do. I basically prescribed myself to getting high. I thought I did everything better high. From schoolwork to relationships with people to work to it's what I did socially, and it's how I financially was able to get by. Drugs. Let's go on to college. I was fortunate enough to get into college. I was fortunate enough to graduate with a degree in business, but the whole time I was getting high and selling drugs. At this point, I was over 21. I was legally getting into bars. I was legally, able to go out and party, gamble. I have an addictive personality, so anything I do, I pretty much take it overboard. And when I look back on it, I can see how that started. It progressed from, weed to sneakers to hats to clothes to food, anything. I can never get enough. It's never ever enough. So I always told myself, I wouldn't do hard drugs. Heroin and crack is what I consider hard drugs. And this disease of addiction is progressive. Things that you say you will not do, what I said I wouldn't do, I ended up doing it. Because I chased and chased and chased getting high. I had an opportunity for a job, and they were going to drug test me. So my smart thinking was, oh, I can't smoke weed because it stays in my system for too long. Let me have a bright idea to smoke some crack. Smoked some crack, and it was a wrap. I found my drug of choice. For whatever reason, I fell in love with it. It became my friend. I isolated. Instead of going out and spending good time with buddies or family, I would sit at home and get high. Paranoid, living a life of complete shame pretty much because I knew I was doing the wrong thing. Ended up getting arrested, crack possession, fortunate enough to get probation, still smoking crack. I could not stop. I'm powerless. The first step said, I admit I'm powerless over drugs, and my life is definitely unmanageable. It's not normal to sit around and smoke crack cocaine 24/7 and stay up for 11 days straight, not pay your rent, not pay your phone bill, isolate, not talk to your family, lie, cheat, steal, all the things that come with a drug addict life, which is no life that I want. So instead of failing my probation urine test, I went to rehab. And, it helped me out a lot, a whole lot. I did aftercare for another 3 months, and then I lived in a sober environment for 5.5 months. So I had 9.5 months clean. And let me tell you, those 9.5 months clean I was able to see things were happening in my life that I always wanted to happen, but I wasn't able to happen before because I was caught up. Relationships with family came back after losing all their trust. Financially, I was able to obtain and save money, which I wasn't able to do before because it was always gone. I just felt happier. I wasn't waking up every day and going to sleep, if I did go to sleep, with using drugs on my mind, because that's all I did. I couldn't put down. It got to the point where it was fun at first, and then it got to the point where it was something I did all the time, and then it got to the point where it was something that I needed, and it wasn't fun, because it's not fun to do things that you know are wrong, for me at least. So I had 9.5 months clean, and I had a reservation because I didn't come to rehab or treatment on my own will. I went because I didn't want to go to jail for failing my urine test. I had a family intervention, just like the television program. And when I saw that, and when I was there, and my whole family, they were there because they care about me and love me. Because with the disease of addiction, I hurt the people that meant the most to me the most. We think that it's just us. I'm getting high and I'm just ruining my life. But reality is, we have brothers, sisters, mothers, cousins, grandparents, children that this disease affects just as much, if not more. Because our loved ones don't want to see us. They didn't want to see me crumble. A kid that has all the potential in the world is going to waste his life away using drugs. Death, institutions, and jails is what happens. That's what's going to happen to me if I continue to use. I got sick and tired of getting sick of that lifestyle. So after relapsing, which is a part of my story, which doesn't have to be a part of anybody's story if they're trying to get clean. You can go to treatment and get it. The younger you get it, the better off of a life you will have. I thought life was over because, I'm not supposed to party. What you mean I can't smoke weed, or I'm not supposed to drink? I thought my life, that's what I did. I was so used to that. But the reality is there's so many fun things to do, which not using drugs and alcohol. There's a new way of life out there which I'm learning, which I want, and I've learned to live, and I've lived it. And I relapsed at 9.5 months clean, as I said, and my life was a wreck after that. Everything I had gained in those 9.5 months I lost, and more, because the disease is progressive. I did things I said I wouldn't do. Isolated again. And I hated it. I would wake up and say, God, please, just don't let me get high for today. And I would just get high 8 hours later as soon as I left work. It didn't stop. I'm powerless. I said to my family, I need help, because I saw how great life was without it. So I came back to treatment on my will. I'm going to go back and work the steps, go to meetings, continue to be around positive people who are not using, in safe places, stay away from people, places, and things. I'm not going to go hang out at the bar or hang out with friends or people I thought were my friends who are getting high, because that's not a smart decision for someone who wants to stay clean. A clean life is actually a cool way of living. And trust me, for me to say that, it's for real. And I really hope that everybody who is abusing drugs out there can get themselves into treatment, because it's the best thing for you. Your family doesn't want to see you die. They don't want to see you in jail. And you don't want to waste your life away. You got one life to live. I have one life to live. I'm going to make the best of it. So my name is Kyle. I'm a drug addict. trust them on